Well, Harbaugh's right. He does deserve the credit. 86% completed 86% of his passes, the highest completion percentage ever in a 400-yard passing game. Just remarkable. By the way, either Lamar was wearing a really cool shirt or those were the smallest football pads of all time. Nick, what did Lamar's 4 passing touchdown performance in the overtime win over the Colts show you, tell you, demonstrate last night?
All right, we'll go small picture to big picture. Small picture puts him right in the thick of the MVP race. Him, Tom Brady, Kyler Murray, Justin Herbert. They all have, and again, it's very early, they all have a very strong case with their teams playing as well as they are. Well, I listed the top 4 there. Yeah, I mean, we're going to keep listing names, Broussard. Be here all day. But Herbert, Kyler, Brady, and Lamar, those right now have been your top 4 guys. But bigger picture-wise, I do wonder, and I, a few years ago, started doing for good and for bad, the Lamar-Giannis comp. And then Cowherd stole it from me, and then Bill Simmons stole it from me. But that was my comp, and it's a damn good comp. And I'm going to remind the audience I was the first one on that corner. But I wonder if 2021 is going to be the year for both of these guys that they exorcise those demons. We know what Giannis did. Lamar, going into the playoff game last year that happened in 2021, had been 0-9 in his career when trailing by double digits. Since then, he has won a playoff game. He is 3-1 in games when trailing by double digits. He's beaten Patrick Mahomes, and now he just executed a flawless 19-point comeback where he had to do everything. Yeah, they got Duvernay back and the receiving core is a little bit better, but come on, not a lot of weapons. Running back core is as injured as it was at the beginning of the season. So, Lamar, we're going to need you to throw and run and do everything, and in the second half, be perfect. And he could have crumbled. He had the fumble on the goal line that was returned for a touchdown. It then got brought back to the 25. They scored a touchdown anyway. That's a stomach punch moment if people didn't stay up to watch the game. Ravens are driving in to score. Lamar fumbles at the 1. All of a sudden, they're down 19 points. Doesn't matter. I think it was the finest passing performance of his career, Broussard. It's a game the Ravens had to have because their schedule, particularly at the end of the season, is just brutal. And so they have to stack these types of wins that they're supposed to have against bad teams like the Colts. And you look at Lamar and it says he's starting to answer all the questions. Can he do it with his arm accurately? Well, 86% on 400 yards passing in a comeback victory, 3-1 now in his last 4 when down 10 or more. It's great answers for all the questions people have had about him.
All right, first of all, Nick, did I hear you correctly? It sounds like you have dumped the Chiefs. Because you're saying now Baltimore this looks like it could be the year that he wins his championship just like Giannis did.
No,
did I hear you correctly?
Well, sure, it's on the board. No. What I'm saying is the demons with Lamar
especially with the committee meeting
not just can he. But I just want to be clear. It was with the question with Lamar was less can he win a title, and it was more based around if they get down more than 7, are they dead? Are they a team that was the knock on them, always was. If they get down big, you can't do it. It doesn't work in the playoffs. We'll see. Not everything's about the Chiefs, Broussard. I understand you have this weird Chiefs obsession. Not everything's about the Chiefs. Let's talk about Lamar Jackson right now. Let's please. Go ahead.
All right, here, the committee meeting tonight, I was just making sure. All right. Anyway,
that's correct.
Here's what I learned. Never doubt Lamar Jackson. Never doubt him, because this guy's character, and I emphasize that, character and work ethic are so strong that he continues to improve each and every year and work on his weaknesses and eliminate them and prove the doubters wrong. And there are many doubters out there, not just in the media, not just in the old guard, you got to be 6'4" and stand in the pocket type guys. No. There are players that have doubted him as well. We talked about it before the season. The players' ranking of him went from number 1 last year to number 24 entering this season. 3 wide receivers, John Schuster-Smith, Smith-Schuster, and others, Kenny Golladay, turned down the Ravens because they wanted to be in more of a passing offense where they could get more touches, have a better passing quarterback, presumably. And I'm included in that group of doubters, I have to be honest. First, I didn't think that Lamar could survive this long as a primarily running quarterback, or a lot of times running quarterback, and without getting hurt. He's obviously done that. He's in his 4th year. He's never been injured. And then I didn't think he would become a good enough passer to carry a team solely with his arm. And I was wrong on both accounts. And now he has progressed to the point, like, we have got to stop. It ends now. We've got to stop questioning whether or not he now can throw it well enough. He can. He may not be Pat Mahomes or Aaron Rodgers, but he can clearly throw the football well enough and to be an elite quarterback. With his combination of his arm and the running, he is undoubtedly an elite quarterback. And I get it. He won the MVP, so some people might say, well, of course he's elite. No, a lot of people don't have him in the top 5. He's there. We wonder, could he throw the ball outside the lines to his receivers on deep routes and things like that? He hit Hollywood Brown for a beautiful one last night and has hit Hollywood a few times, and Hollywood dropped the ball. So Lamar Jackson, through his work ethic and belief in himself, has turned himself into a top-flight passer in this league. He is averaging 304 yards passing a game. That's 5th in the NFL. He's 5th in the NFL in yards per attempt wilds. And some might say, well, of course, last night boosted his average. He had 316 yards last week against Denver, which has a good defense. So Lamar Jackson, Nick's right, he is a threat, and they are a threat now to reach or win the Super Bowl, because Lamar is not just the elite runner anymore. He is now a top-notch passer.
Okay, I agreed with the whole album of what you said there, but there was one record scratch. I was like, hold on, what was that? Did you say Lamar is now a top 5 quarterback?
I think he's arguably in the top 5.
Arguably. Okay, close. Like upset alert. It's not. It's
I mean, we can haggle over the Lamar, Justin Herbert. Like, he's in that discussion with these guys because you can't hold it against him. Oh, he can't throw it. He can throw it.
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah. Okay. I guess so. I feel like the top 5
with
is
the combination of running.
Okay. Take the go out. Tom Brady, move him down to 7. Can't run. All right, Broussard, I'm glad that you showed up, and I don't mean to pick on you, because this was an emotional day for you, this game. Because we knew after the Broncos game, you said that you would be following this record. And unfortunately, the Lamar can throw the ball has some brutal consequences on the other side of the coin, and that is that the Ravens' record for 100-yard games ended last night. We saw them run up the yardage total against the Broncos to everyone's dismay, except yours, Broussard. You said you would be following this record. You've been following it for years, since the Steelers had it. How are you responding today with the end of a historic record that literally no one cared or knew about till last week?
No, you're making light, but I was following this thing. I was checking it off every Sunday. There you go, 101, 122. Get it. And I was on the edge of my seat, not just because of the game wilds, but because of the record. They were at 86. 86. I was like, Lamar, run this one. And they would have got. The only silver lining for me is that 2 of my childhood heroes, Franco Harris, shout out Hall of Famer, and Rocky Bleier, still have a piece of the record for Pittsburgh, right? So it's a tie between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yes, very underrated fullback, Rocky Bleier. He was a good running back in the day. Yes. So I really get the best of both worlds. The Steelers are still alive.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.